Erik ten Hag has his first trophy as Manchester United manager. The League Cup is back in Manchester.
Hey world, don't tell me not to fly.
He's got a chance. He's got a goal.
What a goal, what a ball. King bastards. And of all the bastards to do it, it's Gakpo.
Here. Headed in by Darwin Nunez.
Kinal, they've done it again. That is absolutely
And Gakpo.
3-0. This is a fucking joke. An absolute joke. Gakpo with two.
Breaks for Salah.
Like a bunch of bloody traffic cones. Someone call the police. We've got some traffic cones that you've left out at Anfield. Static, useless, knobheads. I can't speak. I can't speak. I'm absolutely.
Firmino Salah. It's
6-0. Fucking idiots. I need to calm down. I'm bloody fuming.
That's the one they wanted. That is the cherry on.
No. Oh, for God's sake.
Nobody had a better rain on my parade.
We're 2 goals off the Premier League record for getting stuff, and there's still 5 minutes to go.
Man United are back.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 80 of FPL Bros. And yep, you're joined today by Kojo and Jamie. What's happening?
Hey man, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yep, so obviously it's been a long time since you've heard from us, and we could go through everything that's happened since the last episode, but there's just nowhere near enough time. So yeah. Apart from the World Cup, did you enjoy it? I don't know, did you?
What, the World Cup?
Yeah, you know, it was
I had a good time with the World Cup. I thought the World Cup was surprisingly good.
It was.
To be honest with you. I was never a detractor. I'm very much, if you're gonna say let's keep the politics out of football, then you've got to respect that at all times.
Yeah.
And I was able to. I mean, I worked from home most of the time, so I really enjoyed the 3-4 games a day. That was fantastic stuff.
Well played. Yeah, I managed to catch quite a few when I was working from home, and like the fact that it was cold outside and not sunny and got dark like earlier, I don't think it really made that much of a difference.
Yeah.
So no, it was good. It was good.
And naturally, I'm happy for the Premier League season to come back and Arsenal to be continuing some semi-decent form.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it's looking good. It's looking good. A lot of people might have said something different back even in October or November, but I think it's time to start to believe. Anyway,
I don't know yet. I'm not. let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, I don't. Okay, I don't want to jinx it, but fine. Yeah. All right then. Okay, before we carry on, please hit a like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. Thank you very much.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Okay, we will start by having a quick look at Gameweek 26. That's the one that was just passed. And do you want to talk about what happened with your team first, or shall I go first?
I don't mind. I'll go first. Yeah, no problem there. So game week 26 was a week where I think the majority of people were calling for a wild card, if I'm not mistaken. And I'd already played my wild card. I played my wild card a few game weeks back because I just wasn't pleased with the form of some of my players.
Yeah.
But so I was out of it. I had no chance. So I was gonna start taking some hits, but I decided against it due to some great advice I got from the other person on the call at the moment, and I actually rolled my transfer and it worked out pretty well, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I had Mitoma, I had Darwin, had Trent, so I got some big hitters in there, and the rest were basically twos. And then obviously Kepa in goal was a nice clean sheet, but
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it was actually quite a good game week for me.
No,
All things
that's
considered,
decent.
I got
No,
54, 10 points above the average, so I'll take it for a
no,
rolled
that's
transfer
very
week.
good. No, and the green arrow, no doubt as
Exactly,
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Green
that's the
arrow.
main thing. Yeah, obviously there's a lot of tales of woe on FPL Twitter
I love
about
it.
about the game week, but not for you and not for me either.
Oh yeah.
I did wildcard, and the reason I wildcarded is mainly because of the FA Cup results. I just wasn't expecting, like, I think Southampton lost, Leicester lost, Spurs lost. They all got knocked out of the FA Cup, and it just made a big difference to my plans. You know, I probably wouldn't have wildcarded if those teams had done what they were supposed to do. But
Yeah.
hey ho, I'm not going to complain. 57 points. Obviously, I didn't keep any of my Liverpool players, but yeah, I had Kepa as well in goal. I captained Haaland, you know, and he didn't exactly blow my socks off. 4 points turning into 8, but
Yeah.
it's better than nothing. And I played Mitoma, who I brought in on my wild card, and also obviously I brought in Tony on my wild card, and he got 8 points as well. And I didn't watch that Brentford game, but I was listening to it on the radio, and it sounded like he was lucky to have stayed on the pitch. Not only that, but he didn't even get booked. And again, so I'm thanking my lucky stars for that one. And then Ben White, that's another person I kept. I know in FPL circles it's a lot more fashionable to have Gabriel or even Zinchenko, but although Arsenal conceded 2, leaving most of the defenders with 1 point, he scored a goal. And I was well made up about that, as I'm sure lots of people, Arsenal fans, were anyway. But still, it was nice. It was nice to see him running in and shooting it, and then the referee pointing at his watch, and then everybody cheering. That really was nice. So yeah,
fantastic stuff.
Yeah. So So my wildcarded, like a lot of people, I've gone for the Brentford and Brighton combination, and we'll see how well that does for me in the weeks coming up.
Yes.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, before we go on to what our plans for game week 27, which yes, it is a double game week, obviously. Was there anything you wanted to sort of shine a light on? Or...
For game week 27, for game weeks going forward, I don't know. I think one thing I was shine a light on, and definitely something that I've been thinking about over the past few weeks, is the way, especially FPL Twitter and the people, the way they harp on about a double game week as if it's like a 12-point banked like result. Like, it's just like, because there's a double game week, that means there's that every defender who's playing 2 games is definitely getting 12 points. There's no two ways about it. It's like, wait, like, I'm seeing people say double Brentford defense. So you got Raya and me, and who are Raya and me? Like, what? I'm sorry. like I mean, I get having one, I get having David Raya, I get having Ben Mee, but 2 slots in your defense should be a Brentford. Like, all it takes is, and the goals, the fixtures that they've got aren't exactly like bankers. I mean, Southampton and Everton, I get you, they're not exactly a most big goal scorer, but one Ward-Prowse free kick and then a Tarkowski header, and then what? You're looking at maybe even a 1 point or 2 point or a 0 point.
If they get
for
booked.
2 players, in your start 11, like, can you imagine?
I don't think I was ever going to see the day where people will be getting excited about having Pinnock and Henry.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know. Because I I suppose that leads into my conversation about leading up to this week, because I'd rolled my transfer, so I had 2 transfers to play, and I made my decisions earlier on today. But because I was looking on one of these like planning FPL sites where you can click forwards,
Yeah.
And I love doing that stuff. It's fantastic. But
Yeah, it is. It is.
so I was looking at my week, and I had 2 to change. And so I was looking at my players, and I was thinking, right, I'll definitely want to have a decent number of players for the next game week, but I don't plan on playing my free hit. And I was thinking, like, what should I do? What should I do? And I was thinking, all right, I'm going to get Ben Mee in because everyone's getting Ben. I'll get Ben Mee in, and I'll get Ivan Toney. And I was like, am I really bringing in 2 Brentford players? And I was like, no.
You have to look in the mirror, don't you?
Literally, I stopped. I actually went away from my PC because I had a work meeting. So I was doing it in the work meeting, and the meeting ended. So I went to go make a cup of tea. And I came back. I was like, is this what I was really thinking of doing? So I was like, no. Get Ivan. Ivan can score. He can score against Southampton. He can score against Everton for sure. Keep him in. Swap him for Nketiah. Nketiah's on the blink right now. I don't know what's going on. He's had a knock. No problem. So now I'm looking at a front 3 of Haaland, Darwin, and Tony. That's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, but I wanted to take. I was thinking of taking out Trent Alexander-Arnold for Ben Mee, and I was like, come on. I mean, I know Trent's going to blank, but Trent just needs a half decent game, and he's wiping the floor in terms of points with Ben Mee.
True. I mean, you've probably heard it said already, but apparently Liverpool have kept 5 clean sheets in the Premier League.
So a clean sheet and assist for Trent, and then he's got bonus points for sure for that.
Oh yeah,
there's nothing that Ben Mee can do to even look at it. Well, I'm saying that he might score, but I didn't do that. I brought in Tony. I'll save my next person that I brought in as a quiet one for my player pick at the end of the episode. But yeah. So my thing is like, look, don't be sucked in by FPL Raptor. Oh, sorry, shouldn't have named names.
No names. Who? I don't know what you're talking about.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Yeah. I just want to add another thing to that, which is, I mean, again, it's very exciting getting players for the double game week. But let's face it, it's only really attackers we should be worried about.
Yeah.
And I can think of some double game weeks in the past. It wasn't all that long ago that everybody got 2 Brighton defenders in for a double game week.
Oh god.
They ended up with 2 points, and it's like, yes, we know they're Brighton, who at the time weren't defending very well, but it's a double game week, and I was thinking, no, it's just that they're Brighton. Forget that it's a double game week. And me personally, I've been stung in the past. Even a few seasons ago, I went for double Southampton defense.
Oh god.
So yeah, I'm completely with you. On the other hand, I know people remember the good times, like having Laporte, and I think there was a double game week where he got a clean sheet, and then the second game he got a clean sheet and also scored a header. But nobody's bringing in Laporte. Like you said, it's Brentford, it's Brighton. Some people have even brought in some Southampton players because they're doubling this week. Some people have brought in some Palace players because they're doubling this week. And I know most of the time with those 2 teams, it's James Ward-Prowse or Zaha, but I bet you there's somebody out there who's like brought in, like, I don't know. I don't even know the defenders.
We'll bring in a Sambi Lokonga or something just to spice it up a little bit.
Perraud, and then at Palace it'd be Klein or something. I don't know.
Klein's definitely getting a brace of assists.
I don't know.
Actually, I got bitten by it just last week. I say last week, last game week. Game week 25, I had James Tarkowski in my defence. He got 1 in 1 week and got -1 the next week. So grand total of 0.
Exactly. And again, it was all like, and you people, you know who you are. They were all like, oh, every time Everton take a set piece, they're just aiming for Tarkowski. Yeah, fine, they're aiming for him, but it's Everton. They're at the bottom of the table for a reason. Anyway, I'm not going to keep flogging a dead horse. That's just one thing I do want to talk about, and I know certain mans have been dragging me over Hakpo recently, and all I can say is, yep, okay, that's fine. You can say what you want to say. I would just like to point out that I thought he wasn't going to do much in the double game week, and I was right.
Yeah.
Nobody saw him scoring 2 goals against Man United. Anybody who says they saw that are just complete liars. It's as simple as that. And I'm not going to mince my words. And okay, So he scored 2 goals. If he hadn't done, they would have won 5-0. Again, I don't really think that makes all that much of a difference. Let's see what happens going forward. I think Liverpool have got Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City still to play in the next 4 or 5 weeks. Have I got that right?
You've got that right. There's some big games coming up for Liverpool.
Okay, so that's my little piece on that. And if anybody got any comments, they know where to leave them. So.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Anyway, double game week 27. Double game week 27.
Yes.
I'll start, even though I haven't got much to say. I don't think I'm going to be doing any transfers, but I haven't made up my mind whether I want to bench boost or not. That is the big question for me. Oh, by the way, I'll be putting the armband on Tony because he's got penalties, and like you said, he's capable of scoring against practically anyone. Although if you want to put it on Mitoma, I wouldn't blame you. So the reason why I haven't decided whether I want to bench boost, because I'm just like you. I went to one of these team planning sites and they gave a predicted score, and of course you can take a predicted score with a pinch of salt, but it does kind of help you make a decision. Now, obviously, if I do my bench boosting double game week 29, I'm going to get a higher score than what I would get in double game week 27. But it's the difference in the higher score that I'm still trying to work out. So there, that's not much help to many people, but I don't care. If I don't play bench boost this week, then I'm going to have to bench most of my Arsenal players, which I am a little bit nervous about because, even though Fulham are playing quite well, I think Arsenal are playing better and they're a good team and they've been winning games.
Which Arsenal players have you got?
I have got Martinelli, Saka, and Ben White.
Oh yeah, they're starting.
Yeah,
they're starting for sure.
Totally.
I
mean, I don't know what's happened
I wouldn't be worried.
I don't know what's happened with Tomiyasu lately. Every time he starts, he seems to play really badly. Although, to be fair, one of those games was against Man City. They could make anyone look stupid.
So with Tomiyasu, my opinion is like, you didn't watch the Europa League game.
No.
But, so in the game before last, he had a tough go of it because it wasn't his kind of game. He's a defender first and foremost.
Yeah.
And that was like throw the kitchen sink it kind of game.
Yeah.
It was like we need some goal. And it was passing him by a little bit. That's why when Ben White came in, you saw the difference.
Yeah.
But the past game against in the Europa League, it was defend,
right,
let them in, but then like have a little bit going forward, but don't throw it all go forward. And he came up aces.
Oh,
he
good.
actually came on to help support. He came on instead of Zinchenko at the left back position because Zinchenko is no defender.
Do that. Yeah.
And what we've got coming up, we've got Liverpool coming up. And when we beat Liverpool earlier this season, the reason we won is because Tomiyasu locked up Salah at left back. And Salah couldn't get a look in. So I imagine Arteta will do that game plan again and lock up Salah against Liverpool.
Interesting.
Obviously, that's after the international break, but that's just a little nugget of information.
No, that is very interesting. See, look, you don't just get like people politicking and gassing each other up on here. There's some real proper football talk.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Okay, so what are your plans then for the double game week 27?
Well, nothing special basically. I'm just going to roll with what I've got. I haven't got. I'll have Mitoma. I'll have Ivan Toney as my double game week players, and then the rest is just decent fixtures. I've got Liverpool. I've got Darwin and Trent Alexander who are against Bournemouth away.
Yeah.
I've got Perisic playing against Nottingham Forest at home, but he's got 75% knock. But I was thinking, even if he does come on, I feel like he might be able to do something against Nottingham Forest. So we'll have to see.
I think he's going to play because I don't think they've really got anybody else. Well, I suppose they can play Ben Davis as a left wing back, but we'll see what happens. Yeah.
And then this is a bit of a fast forward, but I had Mahrez, which I wasn't convinced about, and he was one of the players I actually changed, and I changed for Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just feel like I have no clue. I remember when he first came in, when the team was ticking, he was usually the linchpin. He might get an assist here, he might get a goal there. And I couldn't think of anyone better who had consistent fixtures over the next few game weeks that I wouldn't have to worry about. And he's got Wolves at home today, This he's got
Yeah.
Forest away, and then he's got his double game week. He's got a double game week 29 as well, which
No.
I mean it's against Man United and West Ham, but they're not exactly like lock up the back door kind of.
No, I
either,
think
so
he's an important player, and I can't remember what the stat was. It may be something along the lines of they always score when he plays, something like
pretty
that.
Pretty much. He's surprisingly important to them going forward. So,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
not long. He's come back from injury. I think it was a couple game weeks ago. So he had time to bed himself into the team, and now they've got a decent run all the way up until like 34. They've got no reds until 35 when they play Arsenal. So
Yeah.
when you're it's just a piece that I don't want to think about. Mate.
No, that's fair enough. You want to leave people in there for a few game weeks, so I don't have a problem with that. And I think Newcastle got Isaac coming back as well, so they've got a choice of strikers, and we might see them regain a bit more of their early season form. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Only other thing I want to say briefly is that be careful of teams who have got blanks coming up as well, because I think Man United have got blanks coming up. Brighton have got a blank coming up as well. So yes, it's good to look into the 4 or 5 games into the future.
For sure.
When you're getting your transfers in.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
And yeah, that's about it really. Okay, I think we can leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me on the pod this evening. Much appreciated.
No problem.
Yeah, as per usual, please hit like and hit subscribe if you're listening on the YouTube version of the podcast. And yeah, I don't think I've got any more to add. You got
nothing from me either.
Okay then. All right, well that's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me too.